Ambrosia Ross. I am the CEO and one of the co-founders of Theater of Dice.
I am John King, and I'm the head of research and development.
Theater of Dice was founded in 2023, and we formed an LLC in 2024. We started as a group of players who had what we call a red flag DM. The guy was bad news. When we finally stopped playing with him, our co-founders looked at each other and went, what can we do to make sure this never happens again? We started a Discord group called Theater of Dice and began to play together in a safe group. Over time, that community has grown to over 50 people. We have an amazing community of people who are focused on providing a safe and inclusive space where people can feel heard and really get immersed in their adventures without having to deal with all of those red flags. We have a large group of Mainers, but we're actually international. Our group has grown quite a lot. We have people in 6 countries, primarily the United States and Canada, but we also have people in Vietnam, Australia, UK, Poland. We primarily reach people through Facebook and Reddit. Those are our 2 primary means of outreach to people. We are also starting to attend local festivals, Comic-Cons, things like that, and reach people more locally.
Community. It's all about community. We've worked in various different jobs, and I've managed some different companies in the past. And I've always found that community is the backbone of whatever you're trying to do.
Definitely our community.
Yeah, we are definitely proud of our community.
We have an amazing group of people who are very much determined to see what we've started and continue. Finances, not only for us, but also for our community, has been a large struggle. When we started, we actually launched in beta as a free service to work out all the kinks and see if what we had to offer was actually worth paying for. And overwhelmingly, the answer has been yes. People are very much willing to pay for a safe community. But we live in a very hard time when it comes to finances. People don't have a lot of extra income. They don't know whether or not their jobs are stable. We provide scholarships wherever possible to people who want to join us and want to play in our community games, but don't have the funds to do so at this point. The other thing we do is we have kept our costs incredibly low so that we can provide this at a reasonable cost. It was nice to be able to be a company that focuses on what we can bring to our customers first.
That has definitely helped. We have the great fortune of having amazing community and customers, and they really, really pitch in wherever they can to help us out. It's amazing.
One of the things that we discovered very early on that none of us are strong in is social media marketing. And for an online community, social media marketing is where it's at. So we reached out to Innovate for Maine and got an intern who does social media marketing so that we can kind of boost our skills there a little bit over the summer. That already has been quite a big step forward. Social media marketing is where you've got to be. And it's something that we aren't strong in yet. So I actually started working with CEI back in 2020 when I was taking a business class for a laser tag arena called the Imagination Station. And we reached out to Ruth Feldman to get help building this business plan, and quickly came to realize this was not a viable business. However, the relationship that we built with Ruth Feldman through there was amazing. So when it came to starting Theater of Dice, we knew right away that we wanted to be working with Ruth.
Yes.
The mentorship that we've gotten from Ruth has been absolutely phenomenal. She has reached out in the between times when we weren't asking questions to make sure everything was going okay. She's supported us through Top Gun. She shows up at the events we were in and just has been wonderfully supportive. We would absolutely recommend CEI. The mentorship is amazing and has been incredibly helpful.
When we look at long-term goals, we're looking at the community. Yes, we branch out into social media and YouTube and stuff like that, but our long-term goal is to kind of reshape the community of D&D so that everybody feels safe.
tabletop role-playing games, is a improv-based game. A group of people gets together, whether online or in person, and they play yes and. D&D provides a system of rules that people then use to jump off and tell a story together. It's very community-based. It's very imaginative. We also play other games. We have a Pathfinder 2nd edition game running right now, and we're open to other games, although D&D has been our primary focus as it is the most popular.
We currently are working on developing a few of our own systems as well to try to brand Theater of Dice a little bit better.
We will be starting in about 6 weeks a brand new beginner game for people who have either no experience or have not played in years and years and don't know how to play the newest edition of D&D. We also provide support to game masters. As clients, we provide them with mentorship, training in various virtual tabletops. We provide resources such as maps and books on D&D Beyond, and of course, our community support. So as far as being a business owner, I think my favorite thing is the 24/7 schedule. Even though, you go from working a 9 to 5 to working 24/7, I have 4 kids. And so this allows me to spend quality time with them and be there when they need me to be there. Working with Theater of Dice specifically, my favorite part has been running the business aspect of it. I love running a business. I started out as a game leader, as a DM, and I thought that was going to be my most favorite part. But it turns out I love business. I love working with my mentors. I love building this amazing community. We actually have a subcontractor now who is going to be running in-person games at Comic-Cons and events. They're looking at branching out to running games for businesses. So say, instead of throwing your company a pizza party, Theater of Dice would actually say, hey, why not run a D&D game?
There are drawbacks to being only online. One of them being it's not as accessible to everyone. Being in person does allow you just jump into it. You don't really need to learn any of the virtual tabletops or programs that go into playing D&D. It's also freeing in a way for people who don't necessarily like leaving their house a lot or don't have a game shop in town. So there are benefits, there are costs. It just depends on what you're looking for to get out of it.
There are safe spaces out there. Often there's a lot of gatekeeping when it comes to D&D and other tabletop role-playing games. And it can feel like it's very hard to get into a game or to find a safe space. And there are safe spaces out there. Get your people. One of the biggest takeaways that I have is that you need to have a support network around you. You need to have mentors. You need to have people that you can call up in the middle of a crisis and go, I don't know what I'm doing. And that will be able to stand by you and say, you know what, you really do have this. And if you don't have this, then we know who we can talk to get you some support. Again, have a support network in place. I think is one of the biggest things for building a business at any time, but especially right now with the climate the way it is for starting a business and the financial aspects being so up in the air, that you really need to have a strong support network. If anyone is interested, we would love to have you join us on our YouTube, our Facebook, or Instagram pages, Theater of Dice. We also are always looking for new players and DMs.